The material continues to produce new stars, and there are no black dwarfs in our galaxy, as the Milky Way hasn't existed long enough to form such stars. There are infinite fields of gas on the outer edge of the Milky Way, rushing at a speed of 100 miles per second towards the center where the galaxy is forming. This gas supplies our stellar group from an inexhaustible source to replace the gases rushing outward. We find that 3 or 4 new stars are born, condensed from the gases present between the stars, replacing each star with new material to form other stars. This material is continuously created to form new stars and galaxies, growing endlessly in an eternally renewing universe. Thus, a primary cloud breaks into galaxies, followed by secondary clouds that separate from the galaxies and form stars. The smaller fragments that separated from one of these secondary clouds formed the sun, and then some fragments condensed and merged to form the planets and moons. This is how our solar system and its moons were formed. However, Saturn did not form moons like the others from the secondary nebulae, which is due to the failure of the materials around it to condense. All of this, of course, is mere speculation and imagination, but based on the study of clouds that, in some ways, resemble the Milky Way cloud. However, these cloud models are not laboratory-prepared clouds where conditions can be precisely determined. Mathematical sciences have been used to trace imaginatively what happens to the cloud, solve the appropriate mathematical equations, and then derive what might happen after calculating the expected outcomes. But have the mathematical sciences made accurate inferences, or is there reason to exclude the occurrence of the sequential developments and interactions that led to the creation of these families of galaxies? They are in constant motion and interaction that encompasses the worlds of the universe, causing continuous renewal so that they are always pulsing and evolving. There is no decay in one place without it being followed by formation in another. Yet no one can assert anything definitive about the origin and end of matter. All the explanations provided by successive theories through natural phenomena about the origin of the universe, where new research disproves the validity and appropriateness of old theories, still leave us at the starting line in this regard. Absolute truths remain elusive and will forever be searched for. The greatest outcome of these theories and studies is that they reveal more of the magnificence of this universe's creation and prove the error in trying to explain the universe's origin outside of a religious framework. The truth is evident that the universe was built according to a comprehensive, precise, and organized plan, not by chance or as a random, unorganized event as some claim. Undoubtedly behind this structure, organization, and precise laws lies wisdom and deliberation, not blind nature. We cannot imagine that the universe was formed by chance from a series of spontaneous reactions, the last of which was humankind. This does not satisfy reason and logic. It is reasonable to understand that humanity is the crown of creation, and the one who created humankind appointed them as sovereigns and granted them this right according to a plan and purpose. This adds meaning to humanity, the universe, and existence. All the light that science or thought sheds on this subject will not bring evidence to prove otherwise. The magnificent system that looks down upon us from above testifies to this and dismisses the equation of spontaneous evolution as far removed from the stars. Reason and logic cannot accept a theory that believes more than 90 types of atoms in nature, which make up all known materials, from water to the protoplasm from which planets and humans were formed, arose by chance. The wide gap between astronomy and geology shows that the matter composing Earth and the planets of our solar system differs from the galaxies and the first stars, which were formed from hydrogen and little else. The chemical composition of Earth appears unique, as the materials composing Earth are less than 0.5% of the entire universe's matter. Earth contains the most abundant elements in the universe, hydrogen and helium. However, neon and argon are billions of times rarer on Earth than they are in the sun and stars. Earth contains high levels of metals, silicon, and oxides. compounds of oxygen and other elements. Earth also contains relatively large amounts of radioactive materials. Water combines with silicon compounds and has been present on Earth since its earliest stages. Had water leaked from Earth as neon did, the oceans we know today would be no thicker than 10 inches, and the entire Earth would be desert. If the Earth were smaller, its gravity would have decreased, causing its water to evaporate and its atmosphere to be lost into space, making it a planet unsuitable for life, like the Moon. Earth is not as close to the Sun as Venus, where we would burn, nor as far as Saturn, where we would freeze. Earth's rotational speed is about 1,000 miles per hour. If this speed were slower, like the Moon's, the nights of freezing cold and the days of scorching heat would last for 2 weeks. The Earth rotates at an axial tilt of 33 degrees, which results in the 4 seasons. An ozone layer has been placed around the Earth in space to prevent the harmful ultraviolet rays from reaching it and thus preserving life. The density of the atmosphere causes meteors and shooting stars to disintegrate before reaching the Earth. If the density were less, we would burn. To ensure that humans have the oxygen they need, the thickness of the Earth's crust is calculated, and to provide plants with the carbon dioxide they require, the depths of the seas have been determined. For marine life to survive, ice is less dense than water, allowing it to float on the surface and prevent the water below from freezing. The examples could go on endlessly, but the purpose of all this is to illustrate that chance has no place amidst all this wonder, a wonder that encompasses everything from the atom to the galaxy. It is remarkable that some galaxies attack and engulf others, making them orbit like a form of colonization, as if these galaxies have intelligence, plan, and execute. The electron within the atom, so small that its mass is unknown, cannot move from one orbit to another within the nucleus unless it gains and releases energy equal to the amount of its movement, as if it understands what it is doing. Every living being on Earth has been inspired to understand. Anyone observing the movement on our beautiful planet, above and below its surface, its plants, and the movement of its oceans, realizes that Earth is a living entity specially prepared for humans, with its riches and secrets buried within it.